So, good day, everyone. I'm Engineer Carlo Dizon from Cavite State University. I'll be presenting our study entitled Solar Energy Capacity Assessment of the Province of Cavite using GIS and remote sensing technology. To give you just a brief background, we start talking and having a meeting with Project CNAG earlier this year. This paved the way to the formulation of this study. Actually, this study has been presented already for internal funding in our university, and it undergone some revisions for the final approval na po. So to give you a rationale of the proposal, study, solar energy is the least utilized renewable energy in our country, despite our strategic location near the equator, which makes our country very suitable for harvesting solar energy. In the case of Cavite, we are one of the province here in Calabarzon region with a significant economic growth and development, primarily because of our proximity in Metro Manila. But we're also experiencing drastic increase in population and urbanization that lead to the increase of the energy demand of the province. So with the use of proper assessment and assessment tool in quantifying the energy, or more specifically the renewable energy available in the province, we will be able to address the problem on the increasing demand of energy. So this actually, this is a project that has been divided into two. Study one, which is and study two, which is the first study is on the identification of possible sites for PV system installation in the province of Cavite. So generally, it's a GIS-based suitability analysis that specifically aims to determine the economic factors are relevant for harnessing solar energy in Cavite, determining the environmental factors relevant in harnessing solar energy in Cavite, determine the climatic factors relevant in harnessing solar energy in Cavite, development of thematic maps of the economic, environmental, and climatic condition of Cavite relevant in harnessing solar energy, and lastly is to generate map showing potential PV system installation sites in the province of Cavite. So upon identification the suitable sites for PV installation, the study two is for the assessment of the potential solar power harvest in the province of Cavite. So it specifically aims to determine the geographic and physical solar energy potential of the identified suitable sites for PV system installation. Lastly, determine the potential solar power that can be harvested using commercially available PV systems. So for the conceptual framework of the study, so the input includes the data sets representing the economic, environmental, and climatic considerations for solar energy harvesting in the province, and then some of the specification of the selected commercially available PV systems. So the major processes that we'll be doing here in the project is the cross-classification of generated thematic maps, mapping of possible sites of PV systems installation, yung geographical and physical assessment of the solar energy potential on the identified possible sites, and estimation of the solar power harvested using the different commercially available PV systems. So we will be further discussing the methodology later on. So our expected outputs are thematic maps, maps of suitable areas for PV systems installation, estimated solar power harvest of the province of Cavite, in which this outputs is intended to be used as a basis for the comprehensive energy planning of the province of Cavite. So the most important part in the GIS stability analysis is establishing what are the criteria we will be considering. So first criteria is the economic criteria, which represent the accessibility to the transportation network and the operational cost of the power plant installation. The other one is environmental criteria, provide us an idea of on the considerable buffer area and the restricted area to prevent any potential harmful effects in establishing PV plants. Lastly is the climatic the climatic consideration or criteria that provides basis on the adequacy of solar irradiance on the selected areas. So based on the study of Al-Hamad et al. In 2022, so this we have established the values of each factors and classified it in from most suitable until the restricted area classification. So meron po yan per economic, environmental, and climatic criteria. Okay, so to give you a better visualization on how we will be conducting the GIS-based suitability analysis. So this is a block diagram representing the process of suitability analysis of solar PV plant site. So from the factors, we'll be developing the thematic maps, and these thematic maps will be reclassified based on the values I previously presented. These classified maps will be undergo AHP weighting process. So we'll be conducting an interview with experts to identify which of the following factors are significant, or the more significant, or the percent weight of these factors on the output of our map. So after that, we will be conducting cross classification to obtain a weighted overlay map. Again, if you will look on the factors we have considered, this weighted overlay map is not the final suitability map, because we will overlay it further with NDVI and maps of protected areas in Cavite to exclude or remove important vegetation as well as protected areas in which we cannot put up PV system plant sites. Okay, so after excluding those areas, we will be having our final suitability map. So from that suitability map, we will be computing the possible technical potential for solar PV electricity potential in a grid cell using the formula given by Hugwick in 2004. So data needed are geographical potential, insolation, A is the suitable area for PV installation, H is the number of sunshine hours in a day, and then this conversion efficiency and performance ratio will be based on the specific or the specification of our selected PV systems. Okay. So overall, the potential impacts of this study is this will be helpful and useful for the effective energy planning in the province of Cavite. It will be able to promote the importance of GIS and RS tools for assessment of renewable energy in local and regional settings. And lastly, provide information on the possible utilization of renewable energy to address increasing energy demand. So I would like to say thank you to the CNET project for extending your guidance, help, and assistance in pursuing this kind of study. We are now open for your comments, suggestions, and questions. Thank you very much, and God bless everyone.